Hello everyone, my name is Brian and we are here at the Rival Recap Show where we talk Gentlemen's Club football all day, all the time, and it is the 10th year of the Gentlemen's Club. Let's give ourselves a little clap for that. 10 years of this silly, stupid fantasy football league with 14 great guys. And I'm excited. This is the 8th year, I think, of the show. I think I started doing it around year 3, so I think the 10-year contract's almost up. You guys only have to deal with me for a couple more years, but while the contract's still going, we're going to be still talking Gentlemen's Club football day all the time. And week 1 is in the books. I'm excited to start talking about it. I am coming off a week 1 win, so that's always good. But before we get into the matchups, let's talk a little NFL. How about the teams we support, huh? Other than maybe like fucking Eagles. Jesus Christ, the Ravens. Like, you guys dog on me for liking the Ravens and the Jets, but then when I have days like that and it's just a bang, bang, bang. Maybe some of you are sitting there smiling. I don't know, but those were fucking horrible. Jair Alexander, the fucking quarterback for the Ravens that they got from the Packers, fucking horrible. Packers Twitter was fucking celebrating when we signed him, and that probably should have told me everything I needed to know. But what are you gonna do? So anyway, let's get into the matchups. And as always, we start with my matchup. The Legion of Steen taking on the Little Joeys. The Little Joeys coming back for another run. The LJs, Club Sundays no more. Little Joeys are back, and 107 points for those Little Joeys. Started hot with Jalen Hurts. Looks like Christian McCaffrey's good. Hey, that's got to be promising. That's got to give you some uptick for the season. My biggest thing with Joe at the draft was his receivers were dog shit, and his receivers really let him down. He's got this Samson guy on his bench who I might just have to trade for because my cat's name is Samson. Maybe I can improve the Tony Pollard situation. But other side, Legion of Steen, pretty much every single person told me that Marvin Harrison and Garrett Wilson were bad picks. I'm happy they got out to a good start, and I got 3 good receivers. I'm taking on the Manders experiment once again, and it's not out to a hot start, so let's just see if that guy can start getting some touchdowns. I think I'm going to ride with Justin Fields as my starter and go with the Jets stack because that offense looked exciting, and the Steelers supposedly have a good defense, but I got to be honest, Kyler looked like Kyler, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that exciting about that guy, but Fields showed some good upside, so I'm excited about that. Also, viewing Sleeper on the computer is so much better. Also, going through these matchups. Matchup number 2, the Bean Flickers. Mr. Chicago Bean himself taking on Team Goomba Johnny. I don't know why he just didn't change his name yet, I guess, right? That's what Sleeper automatically made his name, Team Goomba Johnny. Fucking ass clown, that guy. Johnny, 80 points, borderline stinker. Dak Prescott sucks. Jonathan Taylor and Swift, meh. I was watching Red Zone. I could have sworn Jonathan Taylor scored like 4 touchdowns. I think he just had like a lot of Red Zone touches that I just assumed they were touchdowns, but if half the times it ended up being fucking Daniel Jones. But yeah, Monra 8.5. That's your best player. He'll improve. That guy's fucking phenomenal. I love him. So just Sedana looking roster. Just some names to keep coming back. The DKs, the Njokus, the McLaurins. Dak looked horrible, I gotta be honest. So that's something to watch. Hey, maybe you want Kyler. Maybe you want Justin Fields. I'll trade one of them. Ian, though, 124. Let's talk about the guy who had a good week. Lamar Jackson, 29 fantasy points. At least he had a good fantasy game. I mean, he had a good game. Achan, even in that terrible Dolphins offense, still managed 16.5 points. That's pretty promising. James Conner is just eat, sleep, 15 points every single week. CeeDee Lamb, Ricky Pearsall, and Jameson Williams. Ian's receivers were another one that worried me a little bit. Obviously, CeeDee Lamb is the anchor of that. If you can get Pearsall throwing up 100-yard games like that is going to be awesome. I'm still not sold on JMO. I think he's just a big play kind of guy and not as consistent fantasy-wise. But Ian's 124, good win. Mr. Commish. Next one, it's the more you know, Charlie, 135.6 against the Columbia Inferno, drafted by Kevin Carroll, managed by John Rast. Rast, I wonder what you think of how Carroll did. I don't think he gave you a bad draft, I gotta be honest. I mean, AJ Brown putting up 1.8 points is a bit of a shocker. T. Higgins, could have had more action, but your bench is a disaster. I don't know why you traded a long hold for 2 long holds, but that's neither here nor there, John. Of course it had to be with Joe, right? Of course. John gets absolutely whopped. Charlie's team, Josh Allen, 38.7. Charlie's first 2 picks, Josh Allen and Bijan are just gonna fuel that team to always. Charlie's got a high floor, let's call it that, huh? Tyler Warren, Egbuka. Is Egbuka a rookie? Someone tell me. It's looking spicy, Charlie. Your team is looking a little spicy. When Devontae Adams and DJ Moore don't even get 10 points and you're putting up 135, David Montgomery also. Charlie's team looks scary. I gave Charlie a lot of flack initially because I was, probably way too drunk and I can't look at a draft board and tell you anyone has a good team. Charlie asked me to reassess his team, and I really came around on it. And seeing it now put up this kind of performance, it solidifies that he definitely has one of the strongest teams out of the gate. Nice win, Charlie. All right, we got the Uber Assaulters versus Fear the Reaper. The Uber Assaulters, Christian Borelli, 73 points, the low man on the week after coming off losing the league. Oof, Christian, you don't like to see it. You don't like to see it. Weston couldn't have drawn it up better that his own player, Travis Kelce, takes out Xavier Worthy and pops out his shoulder. That was insane. That not only was it a Chief doing it, it was the person you were versing in fantasy. So that's pretty crazy. So that knocked him out on that Friday game quickly. But then, Kupp, not doing much. Hawkinson, unfortunate. McConkey, fine. But, I don't know, dude. Where's the juice? Where's the juice in this squad of the Borellis, of the Uber Assaulters? I don't know. Weston 104 squeaking by with a win, only putting up 104 points. It was known that Weston was at a Sabrina Carpenter concert instead of watching the Bills-Ravens Sunday Night Football and seeing that show that Derrick Henry put on until he fumbled at the end. Shocker. But Mike, you're happy as hell. Fucking Devontae Smith and Nico Collins put up 10 points combined and you win. So take it, walk away, move on to the next week. Mike's got a pretty solid team. This Charbonnet-Kenneth Walker thing is going to be an interesting one to watch. He picked him as a handcuff, which obviously if one of them gets hurt, it's completely going to be the other one. But Charbonnet outscoring and outcarrying Walker is a little concerning. Next matchup. Ooh, another guy, I believe this was the high man on the week, Mr. James Ortiz. The Latin Mooks are running it back against the Toilet Bowl Houdini. The Latin Bowl, guys. The Latin Bowl is one to watch every year, week one. It's the main reason why I want our schedule to always stay the same. And Ortiz, 136. Another guy with a high floor. Mahomes, Saquon, Kyron, JSN, Jacoby Myers, Chuba. I think Jacoby's the worst in that grouping that I just named, but if he can put up 8 catches for 97 yards, kidding me? Ortiz got even a couple decent bench pieces, Dalton Kincaid, he was all nervous about. He was all gimpy. He picks up Hunter Henry, who has a fine game, but then Kincaid had a touchdown. So what are you going to say? Lynchman, this guy can never get it, right? So he drafts the fucking Burrow Chase stack. They combined for 13 points. He really put his eggs in that basket, and they came out slow. But you know what? It's a long season, and you're probably going to see some 50-point Jamar games. And he'll probably have some 80-point combined games. So maybe Mr. Lynch can start to see some wins because these last couple seasons, they have been far and few between and tend to come during week 15. Let's speed up that timeline, Next one, Ridley's Bookie Boys versus Bo Jangle Biscuits. Kevin Lamb, a player he didn't even want to draft, decides to name his team after it. All right. Kevin Lamb's got Drake May, Hampton, the rookie there, 15 carries. I know his points weren't that great, but 15 carries, you like to see that, right? Justice Hill, that's incredible that's who you're starting on week 1, RB2. That's so unbelievably horrible. Kevin, your running backs are horrible. I didn't realize this. I was ready to bash Eric about some things, but then I just had to really take a look at these Bookie Boys. And Kevin, wow. And everyone is questionable. Wow. Okay, but let's talk about Eric. Eric, who 103 points, squeaks out a win. Eric drafts, 5 receivers out of his first 6 or 7 picks. Second receiver he drafted, Zay Flowers, decides to bench. I don't fucking understand that logic ever. I don't think that guy should ever be benched, but I guess he was nervous about being in Buffalo or something. I don't fucking know, but whatever. I can never understand anything Eric does ever in fantasy football, so he's 1-0. Bo Jangle Dem Biscuits. Bo Nix looked fucking dog shit as well, so if you need a quarterback, let me know. I don't think you can rely on that every week, and that's your namesake. So with that, we have one more matchup. It's the final one of the week. The Mensch Mob, probably the best picture in the league. The Mensch Mob, Spencer Sklar, good stuff. 114 points, taken out. Horses don't stop, they keep going. Did you have to misspell dunked because you ran out of characters? What a fucking dumb name, Tony. Honestly, you've had some good ones over the years. I'm not sure I'm in on this one. Maybe you might need to rethink it. But, you had Baker, you had James Cook do well, Justin Jefferson, fine, right? You almost got it in, I think you needed Jefferson to net 13 more than Aaron Jones, which is obviously perfectly possible. Didn't happen for you. You lost. But Spencer takes a nice week 1 win. Spencer's got a solid little squad. I really like Chase Brown, 21 carries. And that was an ugly game, right? And the guy's still putting up solid production. I mean, it's only 13 points, but you like to see the carries in week 1. You like to see the touches. He's pretty unmatched there. Aaron Jones got a touchdown. Drake London, Mike Evans still putting up 5 catches, 50 yards, But Spencer did lose George Kittle. Something to watch there. Let's click on him. Oh, he did go to IR. Yep, he went to IR. So that's Spencer needs a tight end. Does he have one? Not yet, but he probably already picked one up, and I just missed it. But anyway, guys, those are the matchups. Spencer takes a 114-100 win. James Ortiz in first place. James, you might want to screenshot that and frame it and hang it up. But guys, that's the matchups. We're sitting right around 10, 11 minutes. There's no Joey this week. We don't have any safe space. I can't wait for that to start. I haven't got any texts, any questions. So I don't really know where he's at in his process, if we're going to see that. But with that, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Let's look forward to this Thursday night game. And if anyone's going to any NFL games this weekend, enjoy. I should be at the Ravens-Browns. Have a good one. Thank you.